Hi everyone, welcome back to our channel The Millennial Beast. This is Ramya Arjun and today we are on our 7th video of the UK Student Visa series. Today I'll be talking about resume. So this video is going to be helpful especially for students and recent graduates who are about to start their career and are looking forward to build a very good resume. Before getting into the video, you know what to do. Please hit the subscribe button and support us. There are so many viewers who are watching our videos and they haven't subscribed to our channel yet. So please support us by subscribing to our channel as well. Also, do not forget to hit the bell icon so that you get notified whenever we upload a new video. So without delay, let's get into the video. Alright beautiful people, let's begin. So this video might get a little lengthier and I'll have to divide it into two parts, part 1 and 2, and if there is a part 2 then I'll be uploading it very soon. Okay, so we'll talk about the resume format first. Okay, so most of the time, most of us, when we write the resume, we write it in a Word document, right? In a Word format, and we also save it in a Word format like DOC or DOCX. I mean, most of the time, most of us, that is what we do. Okay, which is a good thing. I mean, that is the recommended thing, obviously. But when you're uploading your resume, or when you're sending it to someone, or when you're uploading it on some career website, on some employer's career website, make sure you upload a PDF copy of it. Okay, the reason being, the PDF copy of your resume makes it look a bit clean, neat and mature. Okay, the problem with the Word version is not everybody will have the latest updated Word version. Some might be having the old version, some might be having the new ones. So in such cases, what happens, if you have done any kind of a formatting or anything with your Word document, not necessary it will look the same at their end. You know, there could be some misalignments, there could be some ups and downs in your text and formatting, so it will look a bit messy. So to avoid this thing, it is always recommended that you convert your Word document to a PDF document and then upload it. Okay, or if at all, if you're sending it to someone, unless the employer is being very specific about it. Now there are some employers who only accept Word files, who only accept Word documents. Now in such cases, you can definitely go ahead with your Word document. But it is always recommended that you have your Word document and also generate a PDF copy of your Word document. There are so many online tools available which will help you get your Word document file converted to your PDF file. I mean, there are plenty of them available, so you can just make use of any of them and get your PDF document ready. Okay, so make sure you have two formats, Word and PDF, and try using the PDF document whenever you are uploading or sending it to someone. The next part is a kind of a cosmetic beauty of your resume. So that mostly comes with your formatting, with the color you use for your fonts and your font, obviously. So what happens with recent students, or maybe who are new to this Word and everything, what happens with them? I mean, I was one of them back then, I used to, love to play with the font colors, the font types and everything. And when it comes to a resume, that is not something that we would, or anyone would actually want, right? It is always good to keep your resume simple as possible. Okay, so here are a few recommended fonts that you can always use while you're writing your resume, because when you get into a professional career, when you get into a professional world, these are some of the common fonts that is being used. Okay, and try to stay consistent. So consistency is the key. Try to stay consistent throughout your resume. Try to use the same font across, like throughout your resume, try to use the same font. So that is all about the fonts. Okay, coming to the font color. Now, as I said, I was one of them who liked to experiment with different colors. Okay, but again, when we are talking about a simple resume, a mature resume, what happens is like people would not, or maybe the reader or the recruiter or the HR, they would not like, having different colors in your resume. So try to stick to one single color. Okay, you can always go with this old school colors like blue and black. Okay, and try to pick any dark color, dark old school colors like this, because if you come up with different bright colors, sometimes it may be difficult for the reader to understand what you have written, and that is the key, right? You don't want your resume to be misunderstood, or is not understood by the recruiter and like it's just getting rejected. You don't want that to happen. So just to avoid such things, what you can do, just go with a simple font and a simple font color like black or blue. Also make sure you never use red color in your resume, because red color is, it often it is kind of an escalation thing, or maybe, as we know, it's a danger. I mean, not this one, okay, but it's kind of a danger color, right? Usually I'm not against the red color, but when it comes to your documents and emails and everything, we often avoid red color. We don't use red color, so stay away from it. Now, the next section will be discussing about the first page of your resume. So how do you start? Like, what exactly should you start with when you're writing a resume? Now here I'll have to show a demo so that it makes more sense and it becomes easy to understand.
So I have started with the Word document here. You can adjust the margin, and you can start with your name first. Okay, and you can also add the pronouns, like we see nowadays, people add the pronouns after their name in brackets, like her or she or her, or he or him, or whatever it is. So you can kind of add those pronouns. That's completely optional. You can enlarge the font size. You can make it a little big, and you can make it bold. After your name comes your address. So address, you can just reduce the font size compared to your name. You can reduce it a bit. And after address comes your email ID, and after email ID comes your phone number. Okay, so email ID, you should mention your personal email ID and not your official email ID. And when you're entering your mobile number or phone number, make sure you enter your country code. Okay, in case you're applying to any jobs abroad, it is important that you mention your country code. Okay, so this is one option that you can look for, and here just make, do some reasonable formatting, like adjusting the line spacing. So I'm just taking off the line spacing now here. Okay, so this kind of looks bit neat and clean. Okay, the other option that you can think of is putting the details, your email ID and phone number, as your headers and footer. Okay, either you can make it your header or a footer. So here I'm just showing an example of how you can do it by adding it in the header part of your Word document. Okay, so this was just a glimpse of how you can start with your resume by giving your basic information like name, email ID, address, and phone number. When giving the address, make sure it is like, you kind of keep it short and do not include everything like your house number, all those things. And I would rather stick to this one. So yeah.
So I hope you kind of got an idea of what exactly we should be, adding, or we should be writing when it comes to giving your basic information. Next we'll be talking about the second section, like, on the same first page, what exactly, now we are actually getting into the resume part of it. Okay, so usually we start with the profile synopsis or a profile overview. Now there are so many terms that we can give here. I'll mention all these terms in the description box, so if you are writing your resume, you can pick any of them. Okay, so I usually go with the profile overview or profile highlights. Now here is your task where you have to collate all your information, all your experience in just 4 to 5 sentences. Like, that is the maximum. Now if you're a student or recent graduate, then it is recommended that you do not go beyond 2 or 3 sentences, like max 3 sentences. But if you're an experienced professional, like if you got like 15 to 20 years of experience and you got a lot to write, so in such cases you can easily go up to 4 to 5 sentences. Now the reason why we want this profile highlights is because it makes the recruiter's job easy. Okay, they kind of understand with by reading those 4 to 5 sentences, they kind of get an idea if they are looking for the right person or not. Now the next section, after the profile highlights, next section, try to write down all the accomplishments, all the achievements and awards that you have won. Okay, the reason being, when your recruiter is going through your resume, if the recruiter is quite happy with the profile highlights and the recruiter feels that, okay, this is the person that I'm looking for, the very next section where you highlight all your accomplishments and awards kind of brings in a positive vibe. I've seen many resume where the accomplishments, awards and everything goes towards the end. No, the first page is the right place where you can highlight all your accomplishments, awards, your certifications and everything. Okay. Now, I was actually part of the interview panel for a while, and maybe it is because of the experience that I'm able to share a little bit of it. I have seen many resume where people also mention that I was first in dancing, I was first in singing, in cultural events and everything. Now, certainly that is not a bad thing. It is a very good thing that you're actually showing your cultural engagement as well. However, you have to be very sure, even if it is relevant, to to highlight these points depending on the job profile that you're applying to. You have to make sure that whatever accomplishments and awards and certifications you highlight is in sync with the job application. Okay, you can certainly highlight all other accomplishments, but that will go towards the end. Any accomplishments which is relevant to your job profile has to be there on the first page. All right. So whatever accomplishments, achievements, certifications you list down, try to put them in bullet points. Okay, so this way you're making the recruiter's job easy. They can read and they can quickly understand what it is, and you're also saving a lot of space, and it is also looking quite neat. It is looking very clean. Now, why you need more space? Because on the same page you also want to accommodate your skill sets. Okay, now when I say skill set, again you have to put them in bullet points. You need not write long sentences or anything. You can just name the tools that you're familiar with. You can just name the technology you're familiar with. You can just name the skills that you're familiar with. Whichever industry you are into, you can probably pick the names of the tools and skills, and you can put them as a list. I mean, you can put them in a bullet form, like one after the other. The reason being, most of the time the recruiters are given these skill sets directly by the managers or anybody, whoever is looking forward to fill in a position in their team. So what happens is, like, the recruiters are quite familiar with the skills name, tools name, technology name, and when you are directly putting them right on the front page, it makes their job easy, and the probability of your resume getting in is high. Okay, so that's the reason we need to highlight all good things, all important things right on the first page of the resume, thereby making your first page of the resume very important. Okay. Alright people, so I'm ending this video here because, as I said, I'll be dividing it into part 1 and part 2. So I'll soon upload the part 2 video. Till then, if you got any questions on this video, please let me know in the comment section below. Also, please do not forget to subscribe to our channel. Any viewers who are watching the video without subscribing, please hit the subscribe button and also hit the bell icon so that you get notified whenever we upload a new video. And I'll see you soon. Till then, this is Ramya Arjun signing off.